Welcome yet again to another episode of my Hidden and Dangerous Deluxe walkthrough. It's been a long operation, but today we're going to complete the 6th mission of the 3rd operation.
Primary goal, to take off from the lake in the Catalina aircraft. Secondary goal, to mine the access road to make any pursuit more difficult. There is only one path suitable for heavy armored vehicles leading from the forest to the meadow. It is very probable that we are being pursued by 2 to 4 tanks and at least 1 company of armored infantry. The mission starts here. It is necessary to lay mines at the exit from the forest, otherwise the tanks will hang us on trees like spaghetti. Furthermore, it is necessary to retreat in 2 squads at a time via retreat holding points A to C in such a way that will give the pilot enough time to start the engines, and for us, enough time to keep German soldiers far enough from the plane. The squads provide cover for each other. We will complete the mission with our departure, but only when there really is no more danger of the plane being hit by small arms fire from the ground.
While I agree with the strategy given by the announcer, I'm going to tackle this mission a little bit differently. He was talking about an A, B and C position. I will be primarily focusing on the B and C. The A is a little too close to the enemies, and B and C are enough really. They cover each other really well, and I don't want to unnecessarily risk a soldier's life by putting him into an position of not so many benefits. I will be putting my team members behind the hill of the first machine gun posts, and I will put Robin, who has a 100% shooting accuracy, behind the machine gun to be sure that the enemies will be mown down as quickly as possible. With the machine gun post, I mean the second one, not the first, because that one has a, open character. Tanks, but especially the enemy soldiers, can hit you pretty easily, which is not the case at the second machine gun post. It's a lot farther away, but with Robin behind that post, you will have quite a range from which he can see, and it will be much easier for him to survive as well as mowing down the opponents. What I'm currently doing is placing my anti-tank and anti-person mines around the map. Hopefully that will make a difference. But should that not be the case, I do have a backup plan. You see, Thomas is already carrying a bazooka with 2 or 3 explosives, and I have sent Jury out towards the plane. Near that plane are a bunch of weapons, including a bazooka with 3 explosives. Should the anti-tank mines fail and Thomas not having enough explosives to deal with the tanks, I do have another extra set of 3 explosives. However, first I need to make up some room in my inventory because I am carrying too much weight, and since the bazooka does, weight quite heavily, room needs to be made, but considering that this is the last mission of this operation, I should be fine by just dumping the unnecessary equipment that I have and switch it out for something that I might need. Now it's just time for the final assault preparations, positioning the soldiers with the right weapons at the right spots where I want to have them, and then it's just waiting for the assault to begin. After a lengthy wait, it finally happens. The assault will begin, and I'm prepared for quite a while. What I'm doing now is check if my anti-tank mines are still there, but I did not have a clear enough view to spot it, so I will likely be relying on my bazookas right now. Considering that the anti-tank mine did not go off, I switched to Thomas and used the bazooka to take the tank out. At least tank 1 out of 2, because the second one is coming right through the bushes over there. Fortunately, I missed my first shot, and unfortunately, I missed the second shot as well. It is a good thing that I picked up the extra bazooka explosives with Serie, but before switching to him, I'm going to position Thomas right next to Robin, equipping his LMG for extra firepower. But even at my third attempt, I missed my shot, so I needed my fourth explosive before finally destroying the tank. Now that the biggest threats are out of the way, the only thing we now have to do is to kill the last wave of soldiers. Luckily, we are at the end point of this mission and not many are left, so this should be an easy task to survive. Something which I can't explain is why the enemy soldiers, when killed, turn into a backpack. I have no idea what causes this, and this is the only mission in the game where this happens. And it brings comedic effect, granted that, but why does the enemy not drop dead like they normally do? I really do not have a clue why, but it's funny regardless. Now that all the enemies are killed, the only thing left to do is to board the plane. Since my soldiers are a bit spread, I will just use the map and put them in through the plane one by one.
Stop! Stop! Stop!
Now comes the most difficult part, which is to put all the members inside the plane. If you've watched my previous videos, you know how much trouble I do have putting my soldiers inside a vehicle. After trying multiple times, I finally succeeded in entering the plane with one of my soldiers. Now I'm going to put everybody in and fly off to the horizon. And so concludes the third operation, the lengthiest campaign in this game. And I'm glad that this operation has finished because of the mission Close Fire, which was the mission I was least looking forward to, seeing the complexity of that mission itself. Completing this operation gives me a huge morale boost because I have defeated my Nemesis mission. While having perhaps completed the most difficult campaign / mission, it doesn't mean that we don't face any roadblocks from now on, because the next operation is going to be a tough cookie as well. But for now, I want to thank you all so much for watching once again, and I hope you will be having a nice evening. I will see you next time.